Thank you. Good morning, gentlemen of the press, and good morning, Bermuda. Our conference this morning is on restoring tourism. Today, I am joined for this conference on tourism by two of my colleagues, Suzanne Roberts-Holshouser from constituency number 4, St. George's South, and Ray Charlton, constituency 36, Sands North. The OBA had a very simple goal for Bermuda tourism when we became the government in 2012. It was to revive Bermuda's tourism to again be the preferred destination for our guests by drawing visitors in numbers to grow jobs, opportunities, and paychecks for Bermudians. In aiming for that goal, we wanted to end an era of decline that had nearly crippled our tourism economy. For Bermudians, the consequences of that decline were the loss of jobs, careers, and opportunities. For the island, it was the loss of two qualities that made us special: confidence and spirit. The OBA thought that it was vital to pull out all the stops to bring new life to all those elements because they are essential to the character, spirit, and well-being of Bermuda. 4 years on, we have made huge strides towards that vital goal for Bermuda tourism. The numbers support the progress. We have recorded 15 consecutive months of surging air vacation arrivals. Commercial airline carrying capacity is up more than 20%, making it possible to get air visitors here. For the first time in decades, new top-flight hotels are under construction. Dedicated cruise ships have returned to the Old Town and to Hamilton after Bermudians were told by the previous administration that the industry had moved away from those ports. You don't have to be an industry analyst to know that a huge positive change has taken place that is moving Bermuda tourism and Bermuda itself in the right direction. This bodes well for Bermudians and their families because it creates many new possibilities for them to earn a living, build a career, and take advantage of business opportunities. What I want to bring to people's attention this morning is the multi-year team effort that the OBA brought to bear to revive and renew our tourism industry. Our commitment to recovery and renewal bodes well for the future because we know Bermuda will face many challenges in the years ahead, and our ability to get things done, to take on big challenges, is something every Bermudian should consider when they go onto the polls next Tuesday. We're in this to make Bermuda work for every Bermudian. That's the goal. It's what we're about, and my colleagues and I are proud to be part of it. The Bermuda Tourism Authority. Our approach to tourism recovery and renewal began with the formation of the Bermuda Tourism Authority. The point of the BTA was to create an organization led by industry professionals, not politicians, to let them get on with the job and to hold them to account for their results. This represented a major cultural shift in the approach to tourism: performance accountability. The BTA's fresh leadership brought new dynamism to the job, creating high energy, innovative marketing to attract visitors in markets that had been underdeveloped for years. Resurgence in visitor arrivals ensued, powered by visitors under 45 years of age, an important demographic breakthrough for Bermuda's tourism that bodes well for future growth. Winning back confidence. Low-profile, high-impact work was undertaken by the OBA to win back investor confidence in Bermuda that had walked away in previous years. This was done in many different ways: changing regulations, passing legislation, cutting red tape, identifying market needs, face-to-face meetings, talking up the island as a place to do business. In short, winning back confidence. The results are there for all to see. The construction of a St. Regis Hotel in St. George's on a site that had been vacant for decades. The construction and the opening of the Lauren at the old Pink Beach site. the construction of a Ritz-Carlton Reserve at Morgan's Point, and the new Caroline Bay Marina, the facilitation of the Hamilton Princess 5-star rebirth. Increased airline capacity. The OBA government ministers, including the Premier, worked hard to grow the number of airline seats flying to the island, long a bottleneck for our tourism success. Through multiple agreements, we've grown Bermuda-bound airline capacity by more than 20%. America's Cup. The America's Cup was an outstanding event for Bermuda, beautifully managed, beautifully staged, generating jobs, business opportunities, and stirring Bermudian pride. The event served two crucial purposes. It power-launched the revival of Bermuda tourism, generating an estimate $250 million in spending, and it dramatically positioned Bermuda tourism for long-term success. All of these developments, from the formation of the BTA to the America's Cup, were undertaken to revive an industry that was important to Bermudians. It's working, and it's spreading to more and more Bermudians in the form of jobs, opportunity, business, paychecks, hope, and confidence. For Eastern and Western perspectives on these developments, we have Suzanne and Ray here. I'm going to let Suzanne have some comments as to the impact on tourism in the East End. Suzanne.
Thank you very much, Minister, and I'm very pleased that she decided to go to the East End first. East End is the best. Well, I first of all want to say, you know, it was until 1815 when the town of St. George's was the town, up until 1815. It was vibrant, it was bustling, it was where people came, it was where people worked, and it was where people joined their families together. Until 2012, or by the time 2012, we saw a decline in tourism. It meant our beautiful streets, maintained by the Corporation of St. George's, did a wonderful job and continue to do a wonderful job of maintaining the streets, but the streets were bare. Again, looking in the gardens, the flowers were blooming, wonderfully maintained by the corporation staff of St. George's, but there's no one there to smell the flowers. What was missing? What was missing was hope. What was missing was a cruise ship. What was missing was the possibility and the reality of ferries and tenders to take people to St. George's and bring them in to our beautiful, vibrant town, once again brought alive with life. And we hear people's footsteps and the footsteps of our cobbled stones. We see the people walking into the beautiful gardens with wonderful tours, walked by many Bermudians who are taking these tourists on their walking tours throughout our beautiful streets. They're doing this with hope, with anticipation, that as long as tourism continues to grow and evolve, St. George's will continue to grow and evolve with it. With the building of the new hotel means more jobs for people in the East End, including in my constituency of St. George's South. It's that hope and that vibrance that once saw Bermuda change from in 1815, from 2012 when it was then under demise. Some people called it a ghost town. Not I. We have seen the revival of stores, the beginning of more jobs, new jobs, which we had seen a decline in 2012. So I'm really, really excited for the people of St. George's. I love the East End. More importantly, I am very pleased to be part of the government that made these things happen, that brought hope back to the forefront of our lives. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Suzanne. I love that enthusiasm. And now we're going to have an equal share from Ray Charlton from the West End.
The sun sets in the west. Yeah.
But we'll be bringing the cup home.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning, Bermuda. Over the past few months and even up to a year, getting to Dockyard has been difficult because we actually have a rush hour there now. It's been an exciting time to be in the West End. Much has been done. Bermuda can be proud in the first-class, world-class facility that we delivered for the America's Cup. But now I'd like to draw on the inspiration of John Lennon. John Lennon with his song Imagine. Imagine if we can reach, or that we did reach, all of those people on the NBC Today show, and they were looking at the beautiful island that we have here. How many people have not been to Bermuda and now want to come here? Imagine if just 1% of the people who watch, the millions of people who watch the America's Cup in the 162 countries around the world, look at the beautiful turquoise blue waters that we have here and say, we want to be, we put that on our list of places where we want to visit before we go. Imagine the Bermuda Tourism Authority taking these thousands of cruise ship passengers who pass through the dockyard each day and convert those into land-based passengers who come back and stay in our hotels. Well, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. We have an OBA team here that's ready, willing, and able to work for everyone in Bermuda to deliver on those, the vision of restoring and revitalizing tourism. So we have a great team, and I'll hand it back to Pat.
Thank you, Ray. You can see how we are engaged in ensuring that there's better opportunities for Bermudians through the pillar of tourism. The key to tourism revival is to keep it going, and that's exactly what a re-elected OBA government will do. We are going to introduce legislation to grow the vacation rental business with organizations like Airbnb, enabling Bermudians to earn money through employment and property rentals, and we won't tax it as passive income tax. We are going to introduce the Tourism Investment Act to strengthen all aspects of Bermuda's tourism product, hotels, restaurants, small properties. In short, keeping Bermuda competitive with other jurisdictions. This legislation will be marketed this October during the Caribbean Hotel Investment Conference, which will be hosted here in Bermuda. We will continue to support the Bermuda Tourism Authority, helping it to leverage Bermuda's global profile created by the America's Cup. The One Bermuda Alliance team will continue to drive Bermuda's tourism renaissance forward together. Bermuda can count on it. Thank you.